support, but politically it's toxic because I supported it. If they would have said, do not use hydroxychloroquine under any circumstances, they would have come out and they would have said it's a great thing. Many doctors have come out strongly in favor of it. They want it very badly. It's a great malaria drug. So for many years...
It is a great malaria drug.
Let me finish my answer. So for many years, it's, I guess, 60 years, it's been a malaria drug, very successful, as you know. And it's been also a drug for lupus. And it's caused no trouble, virtually nothing in terms of...
well, people have died.
People to get sick or having problems with anything. You add the zinc and
heart
you
rates.
add the zithromycin.
There is no such thing as this sort of I can't even say it. Zithromycin doesn't exist.
I took it myself for a period of 2 weeks. I had no problem. I had no problem whatsoever. And
I took it for 2 weeks, and I haven't caught syphilis.
That's very nice. Okay, I'm very happy about that. Negative, and so that's the story. It's very highly thought of. Interestingly, a great doctor, from what I understand, a great doctor from Yale, feels very strongly about hydroxychloroquine. The Ford Clinic in Michigan came out with a very, very powerful paper saying it's very good.
That was later discredited because they also included other medications.
Many individual doctors have come out with very positive.
Many individual doctors.
I will tell you that if I was surrounded by people, as I was at the time, the reason I took it, we had some people that were relatively near me that tested positive. And I took it for that reason.
As a prophylactic, and no studies have ever been done on it as a prophylactic that said that it had any efficacy.
I don't agree with Fauci on everything. I don't agree with Fauci. Look, Fauci didn't want, and I like him. I get along with him actually great, but
and that's the important part.
He banned people from China from coming into the country, and I overrode him, and I did the right thing. He was saying face masks are no good a short while ago, so it doesn't mean he's a bad person because he's not.
You were saying face masks are no good.
But we disagree on things. We disagree on things. Now, I will say this.
Science, for instance.
We've done an amazing job with ventilators. We're supplying the world with ventilators. Ventilators are very hard, very expensive, very hard to make, very complex.
We're supplying the world with coronavirus cases, too.
Complicated machines, very, very expensive.
They're not that complicated.
So many deaths.
Hold it.
The U.S. has so many deaths compared to...
Hold it.
Deaths. Hold it. He's being asked about deaths.
Hold it. We have done a great job in this country. We haven't been given...
How about the deaths? Good. Good, CNN. I think that's Jim Acosta.
Have not been given the kind of credit. If you look...
Can't be sure.
Countries all over the world are exploding right now. People that you said were doing a wonderful job, so wonderful. But right now, take a look at the countries that are exploding. You have Italy back, you have Spain back, you have France back, you have Germany back. You have a lot of countries, and that's not to knock that.
They are absolutely nowhere close to us.
Very contagious disease. It was released by China. It should never have been allowed to release. There was the source where you could have stopped it. And they did stop it from going into China, although now they say that China is having a lot of problems. Moscow,
not even
Russia,
close,
is having tremendous problems. What China unleashed was a very, very sad situation. With all of that being understood, the United States has done an amazing job, a great job. And you're going to see that because we have vaccines and we have therapeutics coming very soon. Yeah, go ahead.
President, why are you not involved directly in negotiations with Capitol Hill?
I am. Oh, why? The fact that I'm not over there with Crazy Nancy? No, I'm totally involved. I'm totally involved. And we're going to be doing some things that are very good because we don't think that look, what Chuck Schumer wants more than anybody, and I would say Nancy Pelosi would be second, they want to bail out cities and states that have done a bad job over a long period of time. Nothing to do with coronavirus or China virus or whatever you want to call it. They want to bail out cities and states. They want bailout money. They want $1 trillion in bailout money. And a lot of people don't want to do that because we don't think it's right. The Democrats have run some very bad states and some very, very bad cities. And a lot of people don't want to give them $1 trillion to reward them for doing a bad job. If you look at some of the states, I won't insult anybody by naming those states, but you know what they are. They want bailout money. They're not interested in the people. They're not interested in unemployment. They're not interested in
they want bailout money to not pay anybody.
The evictions.
The unemployment.
A lot of people are going to be evicted. But I'm going to stop it because I'll do it myself if I have to. I have a lot of...
Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you from trying to do this yourself.
Executive orders. And we're
Yeah.
looking at that very seriously right now. But
Uh-huh.
what the Democrats
That can't do
want,
what
they
you're
want to
saying
slow
you want to
rolling
do,
it.
but go
And
ahead.
all they're really interested in is bailout money to bail out radical left governors and radical left mayors, like in Portland and places that are so badly run.
Georgia,
Chicago,
Texas,
New York City,
Florida,
what's going
Arizona,
on.
all these states that
Bail
want,
out
all these
cities
Democrat
and
states.
who have been poorly run and spent a fortune doing it. They want $1 trillion, and we're really not interested in that. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we joined this live, but in a second here it'll be available. We can watch it from the beginning.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jim, very much.
So yeah, that was Jim Acosta. I bet. Where are the fucking masks, people? Oh, one person has a mask in the very back here. Good job, one person. No mask. No mask. He's got a mask. Camera people have the masks. Haha, we're laughing. Haha. Good times. All right, so I showed you guys this chart here. I'll pull it up here again. We'll go back and see if we can get the feed. They're pretty quick about it, C-SPAN. Sometimes they do not at all. But we might, let's see, that's a live event. Let's click on it and see what happens. Yeah, we might be able to go back to the beginning and see the whole thing. Yeah, there's the pause. So it looks like it's immediately back up there. So that's good. It's just a quick one. 9 minutes and 45 seconds. I just happened upon it. Let me shed some light on the subject. I can't. My light's not plugged in. So, again, we're welcome, everybody. I am your Heavenly Father, Kevin Williams. This is the live stream. We take a look at some stuff that's going on, and we comment on it, and we fact-check it as it happens. This was a surprise one for us, and I'm also in a surprise location. So, I don't have all the tools that I usually have. He said there that everything was skyrocketing around Europe, Italy, etc. So I just pulled that up for us quickly. Let me pull that up for us here again. I know if you're watching on your phone, these are too small to see. That top line there, the orange line for Trump, is the United States. That's where they are in terms of new cases per million people. Daily new confirmed cases. There's Europe right here. There's Europe, the middle one right there. And then he called out Italy specifically. Italy's down here. So, yeah, they started to have a little bit of a surge, but nothing like the ramp up the United States have, which is this orange line here. All the lines every country's on there, so you can kind of see all of them put together in gray. Let me get my head out of the way. But you can see most countries are down in this area right here. So we can pull up any country we want on there. So Trump's obviously off on that, but he's just trying to deflect his own incompetence onto other countries. But the European Union right now, let's see. Oh, and this is log. Hold on. Let me go linear here, and we'll see what it's really like. So there we go. That's a more accurate. There's a linear chart. There's the United States. Ramp on up, kids. So there's the United States. Let's see if I can. There we go. That's the United States way up here. European Union. There's France, by the way, right there with European. Netherlands, Iceland, they're all right down there. Italy, way down at the bottom. So all of these spikes that he's talking about, let's just make it even more fair. Let's give the United States the benefit of the doubt here. Let's zoom in. I don't know if this chart's going to do it for us. Not really. That doesn't really help things. It still looks exactly the same. The other countries are so low that you can't even see them behind my head. So yeah, we're number one with a bullet, specifically to the side of the brain, right there, right behind where your glasses would go on your temple. That's where you want to put that bullet. So let's go back to the beginning and watch this guy.
Appreciate it. And thank you very much. Anybody have a question?
Yes, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
please, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, on TikTok, you said over the weekend
Yeah.
that you're planning to ban it. Now that you spoke to the CEO of Microsoft.
I don't know what happened to the beginning of this. Let's go back to C-SPAN again and see if there's... So this is just any questions, and it's the start of the broadcast. But he did... This whole thing about was signing an executive order on hiring American. 3.5 years into his presidency, I think we should hire American people, and I'm gonna sign an executive order. Good time. Let me reload this page because we might gain something here. Nope, 9 minutes, 36 seconds. That's all we've got, so let's take a look. We'll go through it. Hey, Hero, good to see you.
You were helpful, actually, and I appreciate it. And Thank you very much. Anybody have a question?
Yes, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
please, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, on TikTok, you said over the weekend
Yeah.
that you're planning to ban it. I know that you spoke with the CEO of Microsoft
did.
after that. So could you give us
Oh, so this is about TikTok. It's questions about TikTok. Are you planning on banning TikTok? Microsoft is interested in buying TikTok. Some other companies might be interested in buying TikTok. Peter Navarro was on CNN saying, well, you know who uses Microsoft is the Chinese Communist Party and the rest of the planet, but trying to make Microsoft sound bad because the Chinese use computers. You know who else eats soup? Hitler. Yeah, so anyone who eats soup is clearly a Nazi.
an update on
Yeah.
where you're?
We had a great conversation. He called me to see whether or not how I felt about it, and I said, look, it can't be controlled for security reasons by China. Too big, too invasive, and
That's what she said.
And here's the deal. I don't mind if, whether it's Microsoft or somebody else, a big company, a secure company, very, very American company, buy it. It's probably easier to buy the whole thing than to buy 30% of it. Because I say, how do you do 30%? Who's going to get the name? The name is hot.
Hold on, Hero, you got to jump onto YouTube. If you want to chat, welcome to the chat room, everybody. But if you want to chat, the best place to do the chat so that you can be seen over there, the quickest chat is available at youtube.com/KevinLeeFather. Subscribe to me there, and you should be able to find the live feed of whatever I do there. And then you can set it for alerts and stuff like that so that you're not so late to the game. So youtube.com/KevinLeeFather is the best place to chat. On Facebook, when you chat, it just doesn't work. Facebook, come on, Facebook, get it together. The chat in Facebook is absolutely, it's not chatting, you're just posting a message and then no one really, they can reply to you, but anyway. So YouTube works, Twitter works, Periscope, Twitch. I haven't seen Lizzie in here today, so I don't know if anyone's watching from Twitch, but let's go on.
The brand is hot. And who's going to get the name? How do you do that if it's owned by two different companies? So my personal opinion was you're probably better off buying the whole thing rather than buying 30% of it. I think buying 30% is complicated. And I suggested that he can go ahead. He can try. We set a date. I set a date of around September 15th, at which point it's going to be out of business in the United States.
Hey, Hero.
Somebody, and whether it's
we see you in the YouTube now.
Somebody else buys it, that'll be interesting. I did say that if you buy it, whatever the price is, that goes to whoever owns it, because I guess it's China,
Whomever,
essentially, but more than anything else. I said a very substantial portion of that price is going to have to come into the Treasury of the United States, because we're making it possible for this.
He's
to
gonna.
Right
He's
now, they
gonna.
don't have any rights.
Okay, so what he's saying here is he wants to charge an American company's tariffs for buying a Chinese company. He wants to charge the American. Remember, China pays all the tariffs, which they don't. But he wants a very substantial portion of the purchase price of TikTok to go into the U.S. Treasury.
Then it has to come in.
That, just so you know, I am completely unfamiliar with any situation like that in the history of negotiations. I don't, like when I go to the store, okay, remember going to stores? When I order something from the store and then go have them throw it into my trunk, and I get home and it's the wrong item, and I wash it off with soap anyway. When I do that, I don't pay the U.S. Treasury. Well, I guess technically state tax. I do pay state tax on it, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. That's a lot of benefit. Speaking of a lot of benefits, $600 still not coming my way. All kinds of stuff that was supposed to happen today, including, as some of you have pointed out, healthcare. Big health announcement on healthcare yesterday. Great healthcare. So that's coming up. Excited. I'm sure that I thought this is going to be about that. Instead, it's about the tickety-tockety.
It has to come into this country. It's a little bit like the landlord-tenant. Without a lease, the tenant has nothing. So they pay what's called key money, or they pay something. But the United States should be reimbursed, or should be...
Except that, so essentially, the United States is a landlord for intellectual property is his argument there. So anything that we do, anything that we purchase, we have to pay the federal government. So what he's advocating for here is a federal tax beyond the income tax, a federal sales tax. So Canada has one. For those of you unfamiliar with it, it's the GST, the Goods and Services Tax. Here's President Trump, the anti-tax president, advocating for a national sales tax, everybody. It's not a bad idea.
Substantial amount of money, because without the United States, they don't have anything, at least having to do with the 30%. So I told him that. I think we're going to have, maybe a deal is going to be made. It's a great asset. It's a great asset, but it's not a great asset in the United States unless they have the approval of the United States. So it'll close down on September 15th unless Microsoft or somebody else is able to buy it and work out a deal, an appropriate deal, so the Treasury of the Treasury, I guess you would say, of the United States gets a lot of money.
I didn't. Was anyone else saying anything else? It's like so the Treasury, really the Treasury of the United States, I guess you would say. Yeah, that it's the Treasury of the United States. I don't know. You could say coffers, I guess, but it's the Treasury. It's not ambiguous at all, except also what the fuck?
A lot of money. Okay.
Mr. President, can you explain why so many of the public health experts on the coronavirus task force are contradicting you on things like why the virus is so widespread in this country, on the efficacy of hydroxychloroquine? Why are so many of these people on your task force contradicting you?
Well, I think we're doing a great job. I think we're doing great.
Okay, we're doing a great job. Yesterday, Dr. Scarf was on saying that, yes, we've entered a new phase because of the widespread community outbreak across many metro areas, as well as suburban areas, as well as rural areas. So she talked about a new phase, which really angered Trump. And he tweeted out earlier saying that she took the bait of Nancy Pelosi, saying that Nancy Pelosi said she didn't have confidence in Dr. Scarf. And he's saying that Dr. Scarf took the bait. But the part of the interview that we watched earlier on Spilling Coffee with Kevin, if you caught that, we took a little bit of that interview. She wasn't asked about the Nancy Pelosi comments, Dr. Scarf, until the end of the interview. And after she had already said we've entered a new phase. So Trump's claim that she took the bait from Nancy Pelosi? No, it was his timeline is all messed up. It's like Adam Schiff said, "Oh, here's what he said in the conversation with Ukraine," and that made Trump release the transcript, which was released before Adam Schiff did the parody of the transcript. It's to anybody else, any other senior, you would give him a cognitive test because that's insanity when you can't keep track of a simple timeline.
Great on vaccines. We're doing great on therapy.
I don't know. Where's Danielle? If there's nobody in there? Thank you, Julie. Thank you for what you do. Danielle, let us know. No, I saw Danielle liked one of my tweets earlier today or last night or something, so I'm assuming she's still alive. Do I need to go into the chat room and start? Let's see. I think I could do that. Give me a second here. We're almost caught up here. This is just going to be a quickie, guys. Let's see. Oh, YouTube recommended myself to me. Here we go. If I see something that needs to go through, I'll try. Here, I'll show Allison. Allison to Dr. Leah. She'd certainly be better than the asshole on Bev, the screen behind Jevin. I'm guessing Kevin? I'll go ahead and allow that anyway. Nothing else being blocked in here, guys. So I will monitor as it goes. Okay, here we go. Back to this.
Seeing that very soon. I think we're, when you look at a map, this is a map of the, I've sort of.
Oh, he brought a coronavirus map with him because nothing's more effective than holding us up a piece of paper on camera.
I've shown that around a little bit, but that's the red is the area of most concern. Pretty recent.
So here he's got, let me see if I can, I got to go back to that. I'm going to have to stop moderating, guys. I can't moderate and do this at the same time. Yeah, so here is, let's go. Here's his coronavirus map. And that does not work. Let's see if I can make it work. No, I can't do that. All right, well, again, new setup, guys. But you can kind of see, this is basically the map. This is the map, the area of concern of coronavirus outbreaks, of new cases. What you're looking at there is a map of population minus the Northeast because they already went through their spurt. So, yes, you're showing us where people live. Somebody posted an interesting chart earlier today of where half of the people in the United States live. And I did not. Yes, I did. Did I? Yes, I screenshotted that. Hold on. I think I can send that to myself. Give me a second here, guys, because this is kind of interesting. Send a boop. I wish I could send directly to this screen. I can't. I'll work on that. I might be able to at some point. Let me send it to myself and see if it came through. You guys keep watching this. We'll look at the population in a second.
Of the country, and there's a lot of people that in a lot of areas that have gotten very, better very fast. Hydroxy.
A map of people who've recovered? No, that is not that map.
Support, but politically it's tough.
So 160,000 people dead, but the important part is a lot of people have gotten better very fast. At exactly the same rate as everybody else who gets better from coronavirus. And are they really better? Well, it's an interesting question. Did not send to me? Come on, Facebook. Do your thing. Here we go. Back to Guy.
Because I supported it. If they would have said, do not use hydroxychloroquine under any circumstances, they would have come out and they would have said it.
So his contention is that the scientists don't like hydroxychloroquine because he supports it. That's, the doctors who've devoted their entire lives and medical career to saving lives, they're not going to because of him. How narcissistic is that? The answer is very. It's very narcissistic. C-SPAN's paused here, folks. This is not me doing this. Come on. Do your thing. Okay, now my Facebook. Am I even broadcasting anymore? Hold on. I got to see if I'm broadcasting. I might be paused here. Somebody chat. Somebody say something. Come on. Oh, there we go. I just saw a chat. So we are still live. This is C-SPAN doing its thing. Where are we at? 4:14. So this might just be a glitch in their system. Let me try play pause. Can I go back? No? Can I go here? Let me reload this page, guys. This is kind of where we came in, so it's not that drastic if we can't get it back. But let's do it again. Come on. I'm going to check my bandwidth here because I think that I just slowed to a stall. Thank you for your help. Come on. Oh, we might just be slowing down here. Let's see, I've got a couple of different speed tests here. I'm just meandering right now, folks. Again, I don't have my setup set up, so I'm a little bit handicapped right now. And also, I'm not bright, so that is also considered a handicap. Yeah, that's not going through. I think we're just dragging here. I think I'm going to have to do something about the internets. And yeah, sorry guys if you're watching and this is totally glitching out. No, Barb says we can see you, so Dr. Howard's getting death circles. Okay, so maybe some of you can hear me. I don't know if we're... Yeah, you're getting death circles. Sorry, guys. Let me see what I can do. Now I am connected there. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can bump something around here. Okay, I might just have to... We're basically back at this point that we started today, so if you want to see the rest of this, you can go back. Let me reload this page one more time. And it's all being super slow. Speed test. Go. I'm just doing a speed test. Okay, we might be back now. Hold on. 4:14. Speed test, I'm getting about... Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm going to let the speed test finish. And...
So let me finish my answer.
Okay,
So for
finish
many
your answer.
years, it's, I
Go
guess,
back to where you were holding up the paper.
because I supported it. If they would have said,
Here we go. All right, so this is just C-SPAN's pausing though. We're doing okay throughput-wise now, but it may be coming and going.
under any circumstances. They would have come out and they would have said it's a great thing. Many doctors have come out strongly in favor of it. They want it very badly. It's a great malaria drug. So for many years, let me finish my answer.
Yeah, let him finish his answer. Okay, so yeah, I finally found the throughput meter, and that was on my end, internet going out. So that's what it is. So let's get back to this. So it happens again. I'm not ready. This is temporary, folks. Hopefully we'll get this all solved. I've got a lot of screwdrivers and a lot of bolts and nuts, and it's just not making the internet work properly. Let's go back.
Let me finish my answer.
Let him finish his answer.
So
Come
for
on,
many
Jim.
years, I guess 60 years, it's been a malaria drug, very successful, as you know. And it caused no trouble.
That was
virtually
C-SPAN.
Nothing in terms of causing people to get sick or having problems with anything.
Yeah, so this is where we came in.
Problems with anything.
Okay, so this is where we came in. We'll get to more later. This wasn't on the schedule to begin with. I guess he wanted to sign an executive order about hiring Americans for some reason. Okay. It was a troll, yeah. No, this is of course Trump is targeting me. This is all about me. So, and if I was in favor of hydroxychloroquine, by the way, when the Ford study came out about hydroxychloroquine, I retweeted that and said, if this is true, can't remember exactly what I said about it. I was like, this is good news. I want hydroxychloroquine to work. I absolutely bring on the HCl. I'll take it. I've taken it. I think I took chloroquine when I was living in Africa as a anti-malaria. I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, so I don't remember exactly what it was. But I do know chloroquine was something that we took for malaria or something very similar to it. And hydroxychloroquine is just another version of the same type of drug. So yeah, and that's why I'm so healthy, is because I'm on the hydroxy, Michelle. So anyway, any more information on the demon semen? Chris, I thought you were just going to keep that between you and me, and quite frankly, I am offended that you would bring it up in a chat room like this, and I am going to have to block you at some point. Oh, what else is going on, kids? Nothing new coming in from the C-SPAN. We'll check here. If you want to see the rest of the broadcast, if you're just joining us, go back to the earlier version, or go back to the start. This is kind of when we joined this. Go back to the start of my broadcast. And of course, it's available on C-SPAN. I did see something else coming up on C-SPAN as well. Let's watch Kellyanne. How long is Kellyanne? Let's see. Nothing else new on there except Kellyanne. Since I've got you, anybody want to watch Kellyanne? We've lost about 10% of our frames. Dropped frames, 4930, which is not great, but we're going to try and power through. Let me check the throughput one more time. And again, kids, usually I can do this on a third monitor. I don't have my third monitor set up, but I did get the part that I need for it. So I will get that set up. I actually came into this room to get that set up. Let's see, throughput-wise, we're all over the place. So, well, we'll give it a shot. Let's see what Kellyanne had to say. She's got 5 minutes of Kellyanne talking, so we'll jump around here a little bit.
The trigger point is that Congress won't do its job. You have them out on TV lying about who's holding.
She's way quiet. I'm going to try and pump her up, and I'll turn me down a little bit, about there. So again, C-SPAN, you get what you get.
Holding up the $600.
Wait, what did Leia say? Let me check this chat room for a second here. We're missing Danielle, so here we go. Who else wants to be a moderator? Anybody want to be a moderator? I can make somebody else a moderator in case Danielle's not in the room. Anybody feel like being a moderator? Let me know, and hopefully I'll see it.
Extension. Our team, Secretary of Immunity, the Republicans got in the way. That's just a flat-out lie. Maybe some of you will hold them to account. We're focused on August 3rd and the bills that people have right here and now. They're focused on November 3rd, Election Day. And so the president, time and again, has shown that he will step into the breach.
Quick reminder, I'm focused on May 12th when the HEROES Act was passed. That there's an act already, a bill that's been passed in the House, waiting for someone in the Senate to vote on. So and that's what I mean. yes, August 3rd is also nice. August 13th is even better, but that's another story.
And he can, when legally possible, if Congress fails to do its job. And it looks like that is the case right now.
So at one point it seemed like the White House was opposed to the $600 a week, that was too high. Does the White House, if I'm understanding correctly, now want to see this?
No, it wasn't that it was too high. It's that there is a concern among many employers that they can't get people back to work. In some industries, in some places of work, Shannon, people are they're staying at home, $600. They're not going to be able to.
There is absolutely no evidence, and a couple of different sources have looked into this. There's no evidence that people are not returning to work because of the $600. There's no jobs for me. I've actually been auditioning for a couple of things, but it's not like it normally is. There's just a lack of work. There's 25 million unemployed people. Hold on, let me see if I can make... Here, Dr. Howard, I'll make you a moderator since you asked. Add moderator. So you're now a moderator. So Dr. Howard is now a moderator of this channel. Be nice to her, and she'll let you swear.
To make that up if they go back to work, especially in a modified schedule. But we also hear from Americans who say, I need the $600 to make my bills, and I don't work in an industry where you can telecommute or where the jobs have been coming back. So the president's very sensitive to that. I've had those conversations myself with him. He's very concerned about that. But the fact remains that if people are upset that the $600 expired last Friday, July 31st, and wasn't extended, they need to go look no further than to the Democrats, who I guess have an election strategy here and not a very sound economic strategy.
That also passed this back in May.
Well, we wanted to extend it 1 week. Well, we wanted to extend it 1 week so then we can figure out, if people are paying their August bills, and to keep on having a conversation about the broader package, which includes many different aspects. And so it's just very disappointing. This would be a sticking point, really. Leadership, of which there's been many examples over the last year and a half since the Democrats took over, and really before that too sometimes. So, and today we have a really exciting executive order, executive action, where the president is expanding telehealth, telemedicine to more rural Americans and more seniors. We had roughly 13,000 telemedicine.
So we might get another conference where he signs an executive order for telehealth? I don't know. But the telehealth was already expanded back in March or April when this all started, so I'm not sure. All right, they're just putting out all these executive orders that he's calling bills and acts that aren't bills and acts that have no power whatsoever. After, of course, accusing Obama of illegally, unconstitutionally signing all these executive orders under his watch. So,
in telehealth visits by Medicare recipient seniors before the pandemic, we now have 10.1 million. And so it's honestly so exciting that seniors who are at higher risk to leave their place, their homes, to go out and see a doctor or get...
I don't know if you can push yourself through, Dr. Howard. Hold on. Let's see if Lee's a good moderator. You know what? It's just letting everything through anyway, so I don't know if Dr. Howard approved that or not.
Those medicines or get advice that they feel comfortable and secure without risking COVID exposure, to do that in the comfort and privacy of their own homes. So we'd like to continue to expand that. We know there's workplace shortages, transportation issues, and other matters in rural America. So we're trying to help them to access meaningful quality health care through telemedicine as well. So it's a pretty exciting day for that. And I think when he goes out to the briefing room today, he'll recap that executive order also.
Oh, he's doing a briefing room. Okay, so
That's
theoretically, we'll have a White House briefing later. So join me for that on the live stream.
Thoughts? I shrug my shoulders. I don't think it matters much. Pardon?
On what?
Thoughts? I shrug my shoulders. I don't think it matters much.
Okay, that's exactly how I feel. Kellyanne and I are in complete agreement on this. She was just asked, what are your thoughts on Joe Biden's pick for VP? Thoughts? Shrug my shoulders. I don't think it matters much. She's right. It doesn't. People are going to vote for Joe Biden because he's not Trump. That's enough.
Pardon?
Is there anyone that you think would help you guys out the most?
Oh, many. Many, but we're really helped out by Joe Biden, as evidenced by the fact that so many Democrats are publicly and saying and getting caught privately saying too sometimes on Zoom and whatnot, that the less Joe Biden, the better it is for Joe Biden. But that's not great for the country. The country deserves to have the two
So the country deserves more Joe Biden.
party nominees who want to be president, leader of the free world, out there as much as possible, addressing the issues, answering all of your questions, and showing a great contrast. That's what debates are for. I think that's what convention speeches are for, but that's really what the debates will be for. And I'm very happy to see the president's campaign manager, Bill Stepien, this morning on TV say that they would like to have more debates. I think that's healthy for democracy, particularly when it's an unusual year in so many ways.
That's when you know that they know that they're losing. When they're like, no, the standard process? No, we need more. We got to catch up. We got to have more debates. It's not the way it works. There are 3 debates. That has been the way it is for time immemorial. You debate each other and you have an election. But they want way more debates because they just want more material.
Including the way our electoral process is going with conventions pared down and virtual and the mail-in balloting attempted in many places. So for me, I think just Americans would love to have more than 3 90-minute opportunities to watch their 2 party nominees.
It's like way too much. 3 90-minute opportunities. That's like 30 hours of Trump time.
Battle it out and give you a contrast, give you a choice as a voter. We deserve that. We deserve to hear Joe Biden explain why it's very difficult for me. I took a highlighter and I was trying to find 3 things that had improved the lives of most people I know because Joe Biden's been in Washington for 47 years and there's no yellow on the page.
There's nothing has improved in Kellyanne Conway's life in 47 years. Nothing. Sorry, Kellyanne. I think everything is probably worse in your life, Kellyanne, because of the choices you've made.
So we'll have him, I think it's fair to ask
George is a nice guy.
him how he's done that.
I mean, she has some nice kids as far as I can understand. I'm not bringing kids into the issue. I'm just saying it's sad that somebody thinks that nothing in their life has gotten better in 47 years and they have kids.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. You have a great day too. So we might see a little bit of Trump coverage later in the day. Let's see if C-SPAN has updated anything on that. Clyburn. 2 p.m. hearing on modernizing government information technology. Who's hearing? It's got to be a House oversight. Yep. House oversight on government information technology, on modernizing it. You know what? Technology is just going to take care of itself. So that's what we learned from the TikTok. Okay, let's go back to this page that you guys can't see. Okay, all right. So that's enough of this for now. I'll keep tabs on things. I'm unpacking and moving and screwdrivering and stuff, and we'll get back up. I'm hoping in time for the debates. But look at that, my hair is forming a C. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I love George. I feel sorry for him. Yeah, George and I have talked about dogs a couple of times. He seems like a good guy because he likes dogs, and that's the important part. He did retweet one of my videos, and he gave me credit for it. So I'll say, yeah, I'm a George fan. I enjoy his tweets. But oh my God, are there 2 more different people? I don't think I could be George, even if I'd been married for 25 years to this woman. That being said, I've believed all along that Kellyanne's a mole. She's trying to be the grown-up in the room. And boy, is it succeeding. I mean, how many dead Americans later? Nope, Rich isn't here. We're not going to do Billy Joel Madness. We'll do Billy Joel Madness maybe later today. I haven't seen Rich in a little while. So if we see Rich, we'll do some Billy Joel Madness later. For now, it's 11:05 Pacific Standard Time. Have a great day. Hey, here's some credits, kids.
helpful to Joe Biden?
Wait, what?